afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is 2 o'clock. It is Tuesday. We are coming to you live on Facebook, live on YouTube. I'm one of your hosts, Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every single week, who does all the work, everything you see out there, Tilson related, that looks beautiful on the interwebs and on the socials and everything. And all the website, everything is done. Dawn Dantzler, Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
It's going wonderful. Want everybody to jump in and tell us where you are watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you are in. We are obviously here live on YouTube, on Facebook, 2 o'clock, Tilson Tuesday, to answer all of your questions related to building a home on your land. Naturally, we've been doing this for 91 years all over the state of Texas. So we are here to answer questions predominantly related to Texas. We'll answer all kinds of questions if you want to. But the further you get away from building homes on rural land in Texas, the further you deviate from our area of expertise. However, it doesn't mean we don't have knowledge about that. So ask us anything you'd like. We do have a very, very special, beautiful presentation for you today that Don's put together. But jump in, tell us where you're watching from, tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in, whether you're on Facebook, on YouTube, both people that are on Vimeo, jump in and tell us where you're watching from. I don't think we've ever had a Vimeo comment, have we? We've never had one.
No, Vimeo is mainly for the playback.
I know. It would just be really, really rich if someone was like, hi, I watch you on Vimeo. I'm the one.
I'm the one.
Yeah, I might have something for them. If someone does that. But anyway, guys, really jump in here. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process. Are you just thinking about doing this? Are you living in a subdivision somewhere? You know, it's summertime now. Kids are home from school. They're playing basketball till 1 a.m. They're 12 feet from your bathroom window. Like, are you tired of that yet? If not, you will be. You know, we can help you with that. Or have you already reached that decision? You've bought your acreage out in Lampasas or Hamilton or Alvin or wherever, and you're ready to move. You're ready to get out there onto some rural land. A little bit of independence, a little bit of privacy, maybe some minor deed restrictions, but by and large, you know, I want to be left alone. Are you ready for that? Or are you already in process? Maybe you've already made the decision. You've picked out your house. We've done your stakeout. You're under construction. We're rocking and rolling. We want to hear from you. So all the questions you have regarding design, land purchasing, financing, construction, site preparation, permitting, septic systems, water wells, culverts, anything you want to know, we're going to talk about those things. But first of all, shout out to Mr. and Ms. Baisden for sharing their home with us. We have a very beautiful home to show you guys. Dawn, what in the world are we going to be looking at today?
So we are going to be looking at the Baisden's home. It's one that we've been sharing on our Facebook feed, on our Facebook and our Instagram the whole time that we've been building it. Their builder dubbed it Cinderella because she is in her blue gown, ready to go. But it is a beautiful Granbury E, and it just has all kinds of features. This is a story of a family who very much planned out their home. So they picked out some of the best features in all of our plans and reworked this plan in all the different areas, particularly the kitchen, to just make it exactly what they wanted. So captured all their favorite things. Hey, she's here. Hey, Ann.
He is
Thank
here.
you
We
so
hope
much
to
for
do
sharing,
it
for sharing your home with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this, Ms. Basin. We really, really appreciate it. And I enjoyed walking. I walked it when it was still under construction, so I didn't get to see her in all her glory, but I did see it. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes, beautiful, gorgeous home. So I'm so excited to share it with everybody.
All right. So again, folks, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. If we got anybody on YouTube, jump in. We got plenty of Facebook comments so far, but tell us if you are on YouTube and watching, jump in and tell us. Let us know that we actually have a pulse on YouTube. That'd be great. But we know for fact we're on Facebook because that's rolling. So we want to hear all your questions. We're going to take you room by room through here. We're going to watch some videos that have been prepared.
Yes.
And we get some sneak peeks that no one has seen yet. So again, jump in, tell us where you're watching from, tell us where you're building. We want to hear from you guys. And questions. Ask questions. That's why we're here. We're here.
Yeah. So let's see. We've got Nydia, who is joining us from South Dakota. Hey, Nydia.
Nydia, that is just north of the Melissa office, I think. Just a little bit north of Melissa.
We have Petra, who's coming in from San Antonio.
Welcome, Petra.
We've got Leslie building her San Gabriel near Floresville, hoping for a slab pour late this week. Awesome.
Oh, very cool, Leslie. Thanks for sharing.
We've got Cornelia coming in from Waller County.
Awesome.
We have Kenya in Conroe. We bought our first home in Texas. Since moving here, Tilson has been our dream builder. We prayed in one of the model homes in spring, praying once we were ready to sell, we can build our dream home with you. Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Sharing that. We've got David saying howdy, watching from Medina County.
What's up, David? Welcome.
We've got Andy Allered ready to cause some trouble in Mexico.
Oh, Andy, who knows that guy? Probably just like the Smiths. There's probably not an Allard that I know, but
Yeah, it's
like
not an Allered you know at all. You didn't grow up with him or anything.
Definitely.
We've got Petra. I have an old home on the property I want to build, but the house needs to be torn down. Does Tilson help with the demolition?
Okay, so Petra, that's a great question. You're in San Antonio. I'm guessing you're in the city of San Antonio, probably nearby. We don't have an operational arm that does demolition. However, that's not to say that we couldn't help you navigate through some approved demolition contractors. We have demolished homes before. We've demolished model homes before. So we do have experience in that. There's a permitting process that goes along with that. We're about to do something like that in Angleton, Texas, maybe. Just throwing it out there. Maybe it'd be happening. So while we don't do it ourselves, we can certainly walk you through the process of getting that done and maybe put you in contact with a couple of contractors to get some bids. I would highly recommend more than one bid. They do need to be approved by this. If you are in the city of San Antonio, they need to be approved by the city. There is a demolition permitting process in the city of San Antonio. You got some utility, disconnects that have to be done, power, water, gas, if that's a thing, obviously for safety. And so let's look into that. But yeah, we can help you through navigate that process. Absolutely.
All right, awesome. And then we've got Joe joining us over on YouTube. I'm still dreaming of my Shiloh and hoping soon to start in Poolville one of these days.
All right,
it's still hot in LaPorte. Thanks for good information. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for letting us know we are on YouTube and rolling.
All right. And then Kenya has a question. Is it better to find your own land? Also, is there assistance in finding land to build?
Okay, so part of it is yes. Where you want to be. I don't know kind of exactly what you're looking for. We are not a real estate firm. We don't offer real estate advice. We don't offer real estate services. We are strictly a service company. We build the home on your land. So that being said, obviously we've built in a lot of areas in Texas for a very, very long time. And so while we don't have assistance in finding land, some offices do. They have some relationships with some realtors in the area. We do recommend starting your search at landsoftexas.com. Is that right, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. Landsoftexas.com. That helps it narrow it down. There's a few things to look out for. Let's look out for floodplain. Let's look out for title issues, and we can help navigate through some of those things. What to ask for, maybe like, do they have a copy of a survey? Maybe they have a copy of title commitment or title policy that you can take a look at. What kind of deed restrictions are in the area? So we can help you navigate some of those things, but we do still recommend using a real estate company of some sort to buy the land. Some type of buyer's representation is what I would recommend. So the land will be listed with a listing agent in Texas. And so you don't have to buy it from that agent. In fact, I would recommend you not buy it from that agent. I would recommend that you find a buyer's representative, buyer's agent that you're comfortable with, and work through them to work through the discovery, due diligence, and offer and acceptance part of the process. So if I was in real estate and giving real estate advice, which of course I'm not, that's what I would recommend. It's worked for me in the past.
Yes. All right. We've got Diana. Hello from Kyle, Texas. We'll begin construction next month on our Angelina A. Awesome. That's great.
Yes.
And then we've got Joe Bob asking, my wife and I own land in Three Rivers. How does it work? Do we have to get a construction? I think that means construction loan to start the process.
Dawn, what do we do? How in the world? What do you do about a construction loan?
So not with Tilson. You do not need a construction loan. We are the only builder the only custom builder in the state of Texas that works this way, that we will build a property on your land we will build a home on your land without a construction loan. So what we are looking for is for you to qualify for the final mortgage. So we want to make sure that you would be authorized to borrow that money when we get to the end. And then we would want 10% equity. We want to make sure you have 10% equity in the final value of the project. And we will take care of paying for all of the construction costs. So you're going to have no payments, no interest during construction. You'll just need to put down a $3,000 deposit that would be credited back to you at the end. So fairly simple. And then we've got Matt hoping to build an RGR in the future. What are your thoughts on a heat pump versus a traditional AC and propane furnace?
All right, so Matt's talking about Republic Grand Ranch, which is a subdivision in northwest Montgomery County, Texas, which we are a approved builder for, preferred builder, in fact. We're going to build a model home up there. So my thoughts are that's the only way to do it. I mean, well, so that's how we do all of our homes standard. We use a heat pump versus traditional AC and propane. It doesn't get that cold in Texas. In that part of Texas? Okay, I'm not speaking about Amarillo or Lubbock or Dalhart or the Panhandle, that kind of stuff. So I'm talking about northwest Montgomery County, Texas, which is southeast Texas, and it's not something that you really need to worry about being able to blow a lot of heat towards. So I'm a fan of the all electric, which is what you're talking about, which is a heat pump versus traditional air conditioning, unit with a separate propane furnace. So that being said, there's nothing wrong with a traditional AC and propane furnace. It really depends on a comfort level for you. I have traditional AC and propane furnace for my home, but I've also lived in homes that are all electric and have a heat pump and no issues either way. So it just doesn't get, it is nice having in the once every 8 to 12 years where it gets like snowmageddon kind of cold, a heat pump's going to have a hard time keeping up with that. But to me, that's not enough to make a decision on. But like having a heat pump is even such a thing, Matt, not to make you research and go further down the rabbit hole, but that's what we're here for. So why not? There is such thing as a heat pump with a gas backup.
Okay.
It's called emergency gas heat. So if it does dip below where it's not going to be able to hang, it'll start burning propane to kind of make up a little bit of the difference. So now go further down the rabbit hole. Go research that.
All right. Awesome. Well, let's get into this.
All right, guys. Again, while we're doing this, keep dropping your questions into the chat on Facebook, on YouTube. But we are going to go through this beautiful custom home that the Basins built. But we are here to answer your questions. So, Dawn, let's fire it up.
Yeah. So the home that we're looking at is the Granbury E. So this is kind of the plan, how it comes, the base plan. So it is one of our kind of farmhouse styles with a brick wainscot on it. And in my opinion, of all of our elevations, it has the best front porch because it actually has that wraparound front porch effect on it. So just beautiful, beautiful. This is the one that I would build. Like I love this house. Just for the porch alone. But it is a traditional 2-story, which is a little bit unusual in Tilson land because usually we go wide and not tall. So there's first story and a second story. It is a 4-bedroom plus a study and a 2.5 bath, a little bit over 3,000 square feet on this home as it comes. Now the Basins, I mentioned at the beginning, they went and looked at almost every Tilson home, every model, every plan, and they pulled in their favorite features from all the different ones. So they had quite a few changes that they made. So this is a good example of being able to pull in that feature that you fell in love with in one plan into the design that works best for you. So a few of the things that they did on the front porch, in the base elevation, it is just this rough sawn wood post. They actually added the stone bases around it to just give it a little bit more weight to the porch post. When you first enter the home, in the original design, the foyer is actually designed to be 2 stories. They didn't want to waste that square footage, so they went ahead and on the second story, went ahead and floored it in. So they actually created a nice little flex space upstairs by doing that. They wanted to have the formal dining room, which the regular layout for the Granbury does not have that. So they converted the study into a formal dining room. They also went ahead and wanted a super large pantry because they don't like going to the grocery store and they want to do a lot of greenhouse and canning and all of that. So they created a massive pantry in the space underneath the stairs. So did some rearranging on that side of the house to make that happen. They also added in some pocket doors, added in a drop zone over there, and put in a detached garage with a breezeway that leads to it. Is what you're seeing with 7 and 8. They did a lot of custom cabinetry in their kitchen. They really studied all the different kitchens that we offer. So they brought in kind of the pantry cabinetry that we have in our Breckenridge and our Fredericksburg plan. They also brought in the stone arch that we show in a lot of those plans, brought that into their kitchen, added some stone to the front of their island. So just really bringing in those design features that they liked from all the other homes into this one. They wanted to create kind of a bar area in their breakfast nook dining area space. So added some custom cabinetry there as well and added a countertop. Over in that space, they have the cathedral ceiling option and the extended covered porch that they then extended even more on the back of the plan. They also did an outside fireplace out on that porch. So you'll see that, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Then throughout the home, they wanted to do some aging in place kind of elements. So they did widen some doorways to make them bigger, added the grab bar in the bathrooms and in the shower. They did make all of the cabinets 36 inches tall, just to kind of bring them up, and then also made sure they have the roll-in shower. Did a little work. They wanted to make the dining room a little bit bigger, which as a side effect of that, because you've got to keep the house even. She also got a bigger closet, so bonus there. So added some extra square footage, and they did that by taking a little bit of square footage off of that front porch. They didn't change the footprint of the home with that change. And then they also did the alternate utility room, which brings the laundry room over connected to the master closet. So it's all connected as one unit. And they added a little bit of space to the family room just to make that back porch area work. So just a few minor little things that they did.
Right. Few minor things.
Just a few minor things. But yeah, it's a beautiful home. So let's take a look at the outside.
Let's take a look. Guys, drop your questions in. We'll answer them. Let's go.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Tilson Home Tours. I'm here today with Anne, and we are going to be talking about her gorgeous Granbury E home here in Fayette County. So for starters, let's talk about the outside. When you roll up, this is not your typical white farmhouse.
No, it's not. It's called In the Navy.
Yes.
But we love it. It's dark blue, it's dramatic, and
it goes really well with the stone. Because there's kind of like that gray blue tone in some of the rocks, and when you have the rock next to the navy siding, it just flows. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. We love it.
What made you pick the Granbury plan?
Well, we scoured all of the Tilson plans for a long time. This is not the first house we built, but it will be the last. And so we made sure all of our have-to-haves and our absolute don't want kind of things were in the right plan. We went to Bernie, we looked at all the models that Tilson had, and then one day my husband was just scouring through the plans and he goes, I found it.
Yeah. And that wraparound porch on the front, tell me a little bit about that. Was that
a have-to-have? Yep, because it faces the setting sun, and so that's where we love to sit in the evenings and just watch the gorgeous sunset.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful, yeah.
So yeah, we don't often see the board and bat that's not white these days. Nothing against the white board and bat. Gorgeous, beautiful, love the contrast, but this is a bold color to pick, and it absolutely worked out. It killed. It looks great.
Yeah, it's great. And I love the front porch. I'm the same way. Like the wraparound porch is just an amazing feature. Just absolutely love that. So happy that they got that, and just love the changes that they made. And yeah, like you said, I love seeing some color come out in the homes, and it's beautiful. Looks very, very nice. We do have a couple of questions.
Out there, yeah.
All right. We've got Petra, who is saying, I have a financing mortgage question. The house that needs to be demolished still has a balance. Will the balance be able to be rolled over into the new mortgage, or do we have to pay off the old balance first?
Yeah, not uncommon, Petra. So a couple of words of advice. The number one thing is you need to check with your existing lender. So before you do anything, check with the existing lender, because there are, in some cases, acceleration clauses. In other words, do not start demolishing the home without contacting the lender first, because they can, in some cases, I've not read yours obviously, but they can actually demand payment immediately. Like if you change anything about the terms of that agreement, turn it into a rental, demolish it, anything like that, they can say, accelerate now, you owe us 100% of the balance. So don't do that. Talk to them first, be fully transparent. It could happen where it appraises for high enough. I don't know how long ago you bought it. I don't know what the appraisals are in your area right now, but it is possible where it would appraise for high enough, just the land value alone would appraise for high enough to support building the new home, the money that would be required to build the new home, and the money to pay off the existing loan, which of course I don't know what that is either. So start with asking them, talk to them about what you're wanting to do. And then also try to start finding out from realtors in the area what you can even, you can get a CMA done, a competitive market analysis with a good agent in your area. They'll typically do those free of charge without, even without an agreement, just to kind of see where you stand. Hey, is this even financially feasible? Could it support the amount of money we would need to build the new home and demolish this one and pay off the balance? So that's where I would start.
Mm-hmm.
Great question, though.
Yeah, good advice. And Jennifer, I see that Kelsey did answer you. She's currently working with Nick. I have a personal question. How can we talk after the live? Just in case you didn't see it, Kelsey did tell you, just send us a private message and we can get in touch with you. And you can actually do that anytime. So for everybody watching.
And actually, Jennifer, I took a little screenshot of that with my phone and sent it to our Vice President of Sales, Hunter Sonnen, so he's aware as well. So
you can message us anytime.
Being first.
All right. And then we've got Gretchen. Our framing is going up on our build in Lake Richland Chambers.
Oh, cool.
AI has been amazing with weekly updates and pictures. Oh, that's good to hear. Quick question. We really want single hole faucets in our bathrooms, but Tilson doesn't offer any. Just wondering why single hole faucets are not an option. Can we choose our own to be installed?
Yeah. So I'm not sure I've seen a lot of single hole faucets for bathrooms. Unless you're talking about, because I think you would need at least 3 for the hot, the cold, and the faucet itself.
Unless you had the handle integrated into the
like a sink
faucet.
Kitchen sink. So I've just not seen it, Gretchen. So it's not to say that we couldn't do it. I mean, anything that Delta offers, we can get it. And even some other brands probably, if you really wanted to. Delta is our favorite. They have a limited lifetime warranty. We've had the best results with them. But what I'm typically thinking in a master or half bath is the 8-inch widespread. So you have hot water, cold water, and sink. The faucet itself, there are 3 different holes. The only single hole faucets I can think of that we do are the ones for a kitchen faucet. I'm probably behind the times. I'm not cutting edge on design and what is hot. HAUTE design or hot, it's just not my jam. There's probably something I'm completely missing, but maybe I'm just confused. All I can think of in my mind is a kitchen or utility room faucet that has the single lever like that. I go way back to the 90s where I'm seeing the crystal plastic.
Yeah, I remember those. I haven't seen that in a while.
We did do in North Texas for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-inch spread, which is what's typically in our secondary bathrooms. So give us a little more context on that. It may be a little late. I don't know where we are in the process. Like I said, framing's going.
Framing, yeah.
I don't know if the plumber's been there yet because they do go in and start putting in the hots, the colds, the drains at what's called the plumbing. The drains are already there because the slab's there. So they're roughing in for your hot and cold right now. Or soon will be. So give us a little more context on that, or maybe talk to your sales consultant and see. I'm just missing it.
Okay. And we've got Matt saying, great looking modifications. What did the 22 changes do to the final price?
So Matt, this home was contracted back in 2021, which was a different universe ago. I mean, these days you're probably for this house, you're going to be probably 650 or better. Again, depending on the amenities, the odds of you picking everything. And by the way, it's way more than 22 changes. Those are the 22.
Yeah, we condensed all of the changes.
There's probably 222 changes.
I think it was only 134.
I'm going to give Eric McKiernan credit. He sold this thing. Well done. And of course the Basedens for dreaming it up. It's their vision. Right?
Yes.
So,
yeah, I actually meant to say that at the outset. You're going to hear her talk about Eric a lot. It's not this Eric.
It is the Eric that does all the hard work. It's Eric McKiernan in Katy, Texas, not this Eric.
All right. And then we've got Polly checking in saying hello. Hey, Polly. Hi, thanks for tuning in. We've got Melissa commenting on the color that now she's thinking about blueberry jam. Wow. Hey, Melissa.
How are you?
We've got Will checking in from Klondike.
Howdy, Will. Welcome.
We got Daniel. I want my own land next door to my current. I own my own land next door to my current home, looking to build. But do you guys work with a VA construction loan?
We have, Daniel. You don't have to do a construction loan if you don't want to, but yeah, we've done the VA construction loan, the VA construction to perm, one-time closing. You're going to have to carry some interest in the interim. It's definitely a more expensive way to do it, but we have done it that way for some of our veterans. If that's absolutely the way they want to go, we've done it that way. So yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay, perfect. Mark is asking, what is the timeline for building a home in Milford, Texas, in Ellis County?
12, maybe 14 months, Mark. We're getting them done in 12 months. Total time.
And Anne is sharing that Eric McKernan is a rock star, highly recommend.
Couldn't agree more.
Eric is also watching and says thanks for the feedback and that Brian and Anne were amazing to work with. So,
oh my goodness, this guy.
I know. All right.
He's all upset because none of his Golden State Warriors are out of the playoffs. He's got nothing to fight for anymore. Back to work.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. They'll be there next year. They're there every year. So.
Always, yeah. Always.
Yeah, I told you my daughter's teacher is Steph Curry's niece.
Curry's
uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, aunt. Sorry, Steph Curry's her nephew. But
yeah, we could say aunt.
Sorry, my
we
parents.
My
parents are from upstate New York. So an ant is an insect. An aunt is a person. Sorry.
Oh my word! We are going to lose we'll never be able to finish this if we do the aunt thing. We can do all of the sounds if we want to.
Well, at the same time, it used to give me lots of trouble when I was little because at the same time they would be offended when I would call them ma'am and sir. So it was I was a very confused kid growing up. Yeah, family situations are very confusing.
Super conflicted. Conflicted.
All right. Well, let's look at this kitchen.
Well said.
And then when you come inside, it's so open and welcoming, and then you've got this very grand kitchen. So tell me a little bit about your kitchen.
Well, we like to entertain, so everyone gathers in the kitchen. So we knew we needed a big open kitchen.
Yes.
And we have 4 kids, so when just the 6 of us gather, there's always a couple people cooking and a couple people sitting in the chairs.
Yeah, and there's definitely plenty of seating all throughout here. And then I love this personally.
Thank you.
This stone arch, it makes everything in the kitchen feel that much more elevated, and it's such an easy addition.
So we found the arch, like I said, we scoured every plan that Tilson had and looked at all the pictures, all the galleries and stuff like that, and then we just went through and picked out the things we loved.
Yeah.
The stone arch was in one plan. The cabinet wall was in one plan.
Yeah.
And we literally came to Eric and said, this is what we want.
I'd be like, I want this.
Put it together.
And this from this house. Yeah, I love the cabinet space that you have in here. I mean, there's storage everywhere you look. And then over here, we've got your husband's bar area.
Yes, this is when people gather, we we like to have a glass of wine. We like to have a little libations, and so this is where my husband greets all the guests.
Yeah,
and gets the party started.
I love the built-ins that you did here with Kent Moore. I mean, this little wine rack, we don't see a lot of them, so I like that you guys chose that. It's really cool to see in person.
Yep.
And then we've got your nice little breakfast area that opens up onto your awesome outdoor space.
Yes, that's definitely one of our high points. The weather in Texas is just perfect for it. I mean, we have a couple months where it's not great to sit out there, but the rest of the time of the year it's perfect. We got great big fans put up there to keep the air moving when it's warm out. And that's where we gather.
Well, let's mosey on into the living room.
All right, here we go.
All right.
It's a lot of cool cabinet things.
Yes,
Really
they put a lot of really cool things in there. So I did want to share before we look at more of the details of their kitchen. I did want to share what the kitchen looks like standard with the plan, because like I mentioned, they pulled elements from all the other plans. So this is what the typical Granbury kitchen is going to look like. Very nice kitchen, lots of counter space. You've got that center island. But this is just wanted to show everybody what that space typically looks like, so that we can then talk about some of the stuff that they brought in. So that's the standard kitchen layout. And then this is their kitchen. So like I mentioned when we were starting, they pulled the pantry cabinetry that you'll see in the Fredericksburg and our Breckenridge plan. I think it might be in a couple other ones. They really liked that cabinetry, so they brought that in. They wanted to do the double ovens with the microwave above with the separate cooktop space. So they made that change. They put in that stone arch that you see above the cooktop, which you'll see in several of our kitchens. There's one in La Salle, one in the San Jacinto, just very, it's a feature that we do show because it is so beautiful in a kitchen. So it's nice to see that pulled into here. And then they tied that into the island by adding the stone front there as well. And then they also, I don't know if she visited Kentmore or if she just knew, but she put in a lot of the custom features that they can do into the cabinetry, especially in that bar space that they added into their dining area over there. So just lots of special touches in this kitchen. This is what that breakfast area typically looks like. So you can see kind of what they changed by bringing in the extra cabinetry and setting up that bar area, the space for a wine fridge or in other beverages. They put in the wine rack, did a different backsplash in that area. Just very, very nice. I really like what they did there.
Yeah, and the lighting up in the cabinets too. That was a great touch.
Yes, just created a great, great entertaining space. Just love it. Let's see, we have some more questions and comments coming through, so let's check in on those. All right. We've got Will sharing his homestead report.
Hey, Will.
It's going good. Got some rain coming in. Finally got drip irrigation set up for the raised beds in the garden and starting to get some tomatoes and peppers coming in. Awesome. And then Petra is asking, I really like the Guadalupe floor plan, but not the front elevation. Could I add a covered front porch from a different plan? Absolutely. Petra, the easiest thing, we always advise people to look at the floor plan first, because the easiest thing to change on a plan is the exterior. So we can very easily change that exterior elevation to make it look like almost anything that you want. So just come in and talk to your design consultant and they can help you kind of rework that to get the look that you're looking for. And then we've got Will apologizing for missing a month. Oh, it's okay. We did miss you though.
We did it, buddy. Yeah, we understand his work.
Yeah, May's super busy, lots of different things going on. It's a very beautiful home, and I know it's really good, built good by Tilson. Oh, thank you. Thanks, sweet.
Will. Appreciate it, man.
And then we got Christian, Sharon. Rain's great unless you live 5 hours from where you're building, and you have a lot of work to do to clear some land so the site survey foundation pour can begin. We spent last week in Bandera where we're building, wearing rain boots 2/3 of the time there. Yes.
I will tell you, the people around Bandera thank you because they don't get that much rain. So if they have you to thank, they are grateful.
They're, very, very grateful for the rain. All right. Well, let's take a look at the living room in this home. Let me get the family room loaded up so we can watch that.
All right. So this living room originally was just open and plain, and then you added all of these after the fact, correct?
Yes, I am a collector of life, and so we needed shelves to put out all my things that we've collected through our travels, our kids.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you've made it so homey. I mean, when you walk in here, you've got this really pretty stain on the beam. You've got huge windows that look out onto your back patio. And this whole area is just it's the epitome of a great room. I mean, you've got room for everybody when you're entertaining.
Yep.
And it's just
definitely
it's so homey. I love it.
Thank you. We love it. We really do. We enjoy it. Like I said, we love entertaining, and that's all we've done for 6 months that we've had it. So.
And tell me a little bit about the color selections. The flooring that you picked is a really nice tone.
You know, we looked at the selection center at the Katie office and looked, and my husband was finally we're gonna do the black cabinets. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't the direction we originally were planning on going, because he likes color. And so we were even looking at the blue cabinets. And then he was like, no, we're gonna do blue outside, black inside. And so my daughter flew in from LA, and the house was built around the black cabinets, and the gray just worked perfect because it's got the black in it, and it just picks it up and brings out the color.
Yeah,
in
it
so.
really just goes with everything that you've picked. I love the tone. I love the cabinets, even the backsplashes, both of them that you picked. They just turned out amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And then you kind of continue the same color scheme throughout, correct? So let's go check out the laundry room because I think I see a little bit different color going on in there.
Well, it's more blue, so.
Yes.
Imagine that. People change their minds when they get in the color room.
I know.
Who knew?
You see all the options and just get inspired and want to add in other stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. Be open to what's in there. Like, it's okay to have obviously a plan when you're going in, but have an open mind when you go into your color selection. When you go sit down with the designer, if you know exactly what you want because that was the whole deal, then great. But be open because it could turn out beautiful like this, and you didn't know what to start with. Obviously, it looked beautiful, but not with these colors. So.
Yes. And then I did want to show, this is what the family room would usually look like in the Granbury, with the regular ceiling heights. They did add in that cathedral ceiling. So that's where you get all of the heights and the wood wrapped beam up there. And then like Kelsey and Ann were talking, they did add those built-ins themselves after the fact. So it's a solid wall beyond that, but just beautiful, great.
And that's
great
so cool. I mean, and you're going to see some things in this video they've done after the fact that are, it's beautiful, and that's totally fine. We have no problem with customers going in there. Obviously, it's their home. Like that's the whole point. If you got some stuff you want to do after closing that maybe you're not, happy with the selections that we have, or it's such a specific vision that, we may be very candid with you and be like, hey, look, I don't think we can execute on that with the stuff that we offer. So, and our goal is we want to be the builder for you, but we don't want to tell you we can do something that we're not going to be able to execute on. So, and we're not going to put you or ourselves in that position. So good job on Eric and the Basins for navigating that in a very positive and beautiful outcome kind of way. So
yeah,
well done.
Absolutely. Let's see. We've got a couple other questions coming in. We've got Lisa Sharon that she also has a Granbury. They closed in January and are loving it. Wonderful floor plan. Awesome. You need to send us pictures.
Yes.
We can show them. And then we've got more farm update from Will. I'm probably going to start planting squash, cucumber, zucchini in about a month. I'm very excited that your garden is coming in. Within the next few weeks, I have to get both batches of chickens ready to go to pasture. Oh, awesome.
Oh boy.
Then we've got David checking in. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, David. David is our videographer.
David.
All these wonderful videos that you see.
Yeah, the shots that you see, that these things, obviously Kelsey doesn't need as much help as I do on camera, but look, all the talent is this guy right here. This guy, the customer, and Kelsey. But David is a magician. So kudos to you.
Any Tilson video you see that looks good, David did. And we've got our friend over from YouTube. Hey guys, listening from Florida. Question: do we have the option to install solar panels in our home and use both the solar panels and the city's power? That would reduce our electricity bill immensely.
Sure, you can. Yeah, I don't have any idea of what it reduces the bill. Don't have any experience myself with solar. It's not a big thing here. So I can't tell you if there's any kind of real money savings at all. I know that there are programs set up depending on the energy company. It does vary by energy company. So Texas is deregulated. They don't have to offer all the same things. Most of those, subsidies, the savings that you get are through government subsidies. So it can be done. Obviously, when you start putting stuff on the roof of these homes, it needs to, there's some right ways to go about doing that. There are some great solar companies that can do it correctly, but you're talking about punching holes in the roof. So obviously we have concerns and thoughts and opinions about that. That is, the fewer the better. There is such a thing as solar ready. It is not something that we're doing broad scale. It does cost a considerable amount of money to build a home solar ready. And that's just having the conduit and everything done correctly in some portion of the house. A certain percentage of the roof has to face to the southwest. I mean, there's some nuance to it that we do have some experience with, Kenny, but it's not something that we're doing broad scale. It's just not a big deal in Texas yet.
Yeah,
it is a big deal in Florida. I know. So.
Yeah, makes sense. We got Anne complimenting David. Strong work, David. You promised no one would see my slippers, but now we all know.
And well, so I got another one for you. And there was a video that I did with David. Met him, I don't remember, North Texas someplace. And I have not been to a barber in a decade or more for obvious reasons. I cut my own hair, and my barber pole is in my kitchen sink. It's not kitchen sink. That's gross. Bathroom sink. So I had missed a very particular spot. I had like a racing stripe that he spent the next 3 hours of the filming making sure that the racing stripe was not exposed. So
that was very nice. Then we've got Veronica asking, if we want to build custom closet space, is that an option we have? Can y'all do that, or can you allow us to bring in someone to do it as we build?
So yes, it can be done. We've had customers bring in different companies. We've had them do it themselves. We don't have a lot of our own design details when it comes to closets, valet rods and hydraulic pull downs, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know to what degree you're wanting to go, Veronica, but yes, you can absolutely have a closet system built, or you can have it. We've had customers that have us leave out, we delete the shelf and rod that we ordinarily do, and they just have a blank canvas for whatever company they want to have come in and do that. So we've done it
which
both
is
ways.
Actually a great segue, because I'm about to show you how that works right now. So let's go ahead and watch that video.
All right, I love the location of your laundry room.
Yes, it was one of the must-haves when we picked the Granbury. It was one of the options that they offered, and it was an absolute for us to put the laundry room next to our master, so I don't have to carry laundry everywhere.
Well, and it's right next to the stairs too, so when your kids have laundry, it's a straight shot to the laundry room.
Yep, definitely.
And I love this scallop tile. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
We don't see a lot of it, especially in laundry rooms, so I really like that you brought in that navy from the exterior just into another space. And plus you've got some white cabinets going on here. Look at you branching out.
Well, we gotta have some options.
Exactly. And then the proximity to your closet and then your bathroom and room is amazing. This makes it so easy to just start your laundry.
Yes.
You don't have to walk across your house.
Yeah, it's all right here. Very centrally located for the basic needs of the house.
And this originally is just all open, and again, after the fact, you had all of these customized built-ins added.
Yep, we had those added after we moved in.
Yeah, I think it turned out great.
Thank you. We like it.
And then through door number 3, we have your bathroom. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Ooh, this is very spa-like.
Thank you.
I love the tones that you picked. You kind of brought in some more of that navy with the tile in here.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what you wanted for your master bath.
So in our previous home, we had the grand, huge bathroom with the great big tub and everything like that. And we decided for this home, we needed something a little bit more practical because we're hoping to do the whole age in place kind of plan out here. So we had the grab bars put in, and one of the pictures on the Tilson gallery had the whites and the blues and stuff like that. So this particular tile wasn't in the selection options, but Eric gave us the name of the people who, and he's like, have at it. So my husband and I went over to the actual showroom there and just dug around until we found
it looks really good. And I love that the tile on the walls matches the tile that you have on the floor. And it also kind of ties in with your countertops because it's got that nice kind of streaky look, the quartz. That looks, it's just very cohesive and very, very relaxing in
Thank
here.
you.
I love it.
Part of it was we were getting tired of selecting options. So
We're like, okay, we're done.
we're
Just
like,
pick something.
oh, that'll look great on the floor. Just go ahead and keep putting that all over. So.
And then right through here, we've got your bedroom. So let's check that out. Okay, so we've got carpet in here. I love that.
Yes,
I am a lot of it.
I am a carpet girl. I love
cozy.
the feel of carpet when I get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, this is really nice.
So we don't have a lot of carpet because we do have a lot of dogs, but this was a
This is your sanctuary.
Yes.
You get what you want in here.
Yes, I do.
The natural light.
Yes.
it's incredible. And you have it throughout the entire house, but the windows are just so big.
Yes.
You've got to have blackout shades, otherwise it's light all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't function by the clock here in the country. We function by the light. And so in the morning, the sun wakes us up through these windows, unless I don't want to get up. And then, like you said, we have the blackout curtains and we just pull them shut. But yes, I'm all about the natural light.
Yeah.
In the city, I never felt like we got enough of it. So
and now you've got plenty of it.
Yep, we capitalize on it out here.
And
so.
I do want to point out this accent wall that you've got. It's such an easy way to elevate your master bedroom area.
Yes,
and I love the color.
Oh, it's more blue.
There's definitely a theme going on.
Yep, definitely.
Well, let's go check out the foyer.
All righty.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, she summed it up when she said spa-like. Like that super beautiful master suite. Like it's such a great place to relax. I love and I think Carol just made the comment that we don't function by the clock, we function by the light. By the way, that's human nature, just so we're all aware. Like that's a healthy way to function.
Yes.
And by the way, that might mean light is 5:45 in the morning, which that's when you get up. That's what's up. That's the deal. Don't worry, my wife doesn't watch these, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Let's look real quick. So this is their laundry/utility room. They did go with the alternate layout on that. So normally in the plan, the utility room is actually on the other side of the house, off of the kitchen. So when you pick that alternate utility room, it makes a lot of those changes that you see in red here. A lot of the red walls is because of the utility room swap. It swaps around that space, but just kind of wanted to show kind of how that changed. And then they added in the cabinetry and the utility sink in this area. But I love how it connects right on through into the master closet, which Anne was sharing that what they did with that master closet is they left the closet walls all blank, like Eric was talking about, and invited Custom Closets of Houston came in and did all of that customization for them. And then this is their bathroom. Just beautiful, very spa-like they were saying. This picture was taken before the mirrors were up, but just very, very nice space. This is, the Granbury is one of our plans that we designed standard without the tub. There is the option to add in the tub. We usually get, what are the opinions on this live? Are you guys tubs or no tub in the master? We usually get about a 50-50 split on that, but this does have the option if you wanted to add in the tub, you could. And then this is that master bedroom, which they painted that accent wall afterwards, which is also a great way to put your own spin on the plan. Something we can do for you, or you can do it afterwards. So great way to personalize your home.
And a gorgeous view.
Yeah, amazing view. Just very, very nice.
We got Debbie saying no tub. We're team no tub.
Are we team no tub? Yeah, Debbie's team. Ken use team tub.
We're a house divided at my house. I'm team no tub, and my wife is team tub.
Says no tub. Petra says no tub. Let's see. And then we do have Mark has a question. While everybody keeps debating that. I'm currently living in a mobile home on 2 acres of land. Can I still have a mobile home while the Tilson home is being built? Then after the home completed, be able to move the mobile home? The short answer is yes, Mark. So there's a couple of caveats, but yes, you can live in the home while it's being built. That's actually one of the few builders you can do that with because of the way we do our Easy Buy financing. There is a pretty broad rule about federally backed mortgages, which is any conventional loan, FHA. You can't have 2 pieces of collateral property, 2 single family residences on 1 piece of collateral property. One exception in a lot of cases is VA. VA can make some exceptions to that, but what they mean by that is the mobile home won't be able to stay. So in our situation, what we can typically do is get the home all built. Ideally, you're building a different area of the land than where the mobile home is. We can build it pretty close, but we got to have some space to be able to move and work. Usually at least 10 feet is what we'd like if we can get that. So we build the house all the way to completion, do your walkthrough, the orientation, and then we actually, because we can't close on the loan yet, we can't close on the home while the mobile home's still there. We kind of give you 2 weeks to move out of the mobile home, get everything out of there and get it moved into the new home. And then
get the mobile home disconnected and out so that you can close. So you there's some scheduling leading up to that, of course, but we give you kind of a 2-week buffer period to move, get it disconnected, and get it out of there. And that's so that you can actually go to your proper closing. We have you activate your homeowner's insurance so that your stuff is covered. But again, the overarching caveat of all of this is, this is all assuming you don't owe anything on the mobile home.
Right.
If you still owe money on the mobile home, you need to talk to that lender first before you do anything and find out what their process is, how you navigate that appropriately. Because again, a lot of these loans have acceleration clauses in them that if you change anything about the terms that you originally agreed to 5, 10, 15, 25 years ago, they can automatically call the entire amount due immediately. That's what an acceleration clause is. So talk to them first before you do anything. Hey, here's what we're thinking about doing. If you don't owe them any money, then don't worry about it. But if you still owe a loan, you need to have that conversation with them.
Right. All right. It makes sense. We got another vote for no tub. And then Petra is asking, how do you qualify for Easy Buy? What are the requirements?
Oh, Dawn, take it away.
All right. So the requirements for Easy Buy are, we are looking for 10% equity in the final value of your home. So that's the value of the land plus the value of the home. In most cases, the equity, if you already own your land, that's taken care of. There's no down payment needed. But we are looking for that 10% equity. And the other requirement is we need you to be qualified for your final mortgage. So we're going to refer you to one of our preferred lenders and go ahead and get you pre-qualified for that loan. Once they tell us, yes, you would qualify and we can get that loan commitment, we're good with Easy Buy after you make that $3,000 deposit. So we are good to go. All right. All right.
So folks, put your questions in there. We're going to walk through the rest of this video, but do ask us any questions. We want to get them all answered, but I know we're up against your time. So ask your questions, folks. We're going to have Dawn take us through the rest of these videos.
Yes,
and,
we have a lot more house to see.
A lot of house to see. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Let's check it out.
Let's see it.
Okay, so before we head upstairs, I want to point out this really grand entryway. I love this whole space.
Thank you.
I love it. I also like that you did the formal dining in addition to the breakfast area, so you can have, that's like your normal family area, and then when you do have people over, you've got this nice huge table for everybody to sit at.
Yeah, so one of the things that Eric actually suggested, because I already had this furniture and I knew I wanted to bring it out here, was to push that wall out a couple feet. Well, of course, I love the idea because then it made my closet bigger too.
Okay, so you bumped this out and
we bumped the wall
then
out.
Made it symmetrical.
Of course.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the other thing that we loved about this entry is, so the original Granbury had it was open 2 stories, and I didn't want to waste that space, and so we had Tilson close it in for us, so we have the extra little room upstairs for it.
Oh, that's really smart. I like that. Well, let's head upstairs.
All right.
So you've got bonus room?
We have bonus room. So when we have guests or the kids are here, they have a place where they can come and hang out, watch movies, and not disturb the parents.
Yeah, and you've even got storage in the bonus room for all the games and whatever else you want to stuff in there and hide.
Yep, games, videos, puzzles, all in there.
And more light.
I tell you, it's all about the light.
It never ends. And then down here, tell me a little bit about what we've got.
So, like I said, we like to entertain, so we wanted this to be very user-friendly for friends or family that come to stay with us. So we've got nice big bedrooms with extra bedding, beds, so they can have mom, dad, and a kid, or family units in each of it. We set this up with snacks, coffee, beverages, so they can.
Yeah, I love this little upstairs.
They can make themselves at home when they're here, and morning, day, night.
Yeah. And then is this what you were talking about downstairs?
Yes.
So you added the flooring and just now you have an extra nook up here.
Yes. So eventually will be my craft space, so I can crochet or read or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you feel like doing. Yes. Any sort of crafts. And then are all of the other bedrooms up here?
Yeah, so there's 3 bedrooms up here. They're all about the same size, nice and big, to accommodate, like I said, family units or teenagers
Yeah.
that need their space. So,
So on our way out, I would like to peek in one of these rooms.
okay, you can do this one in here. So these are the bedrooms, or one of the bedrooms up here. They're all pretty much the same size, so there's no disagreement amongst the kids on who gets the bigger bedroom.
Oh, that makes it easy.
So it does, but there's lots of room for extra beds. All of these rooms have great closet spaces, so for storage or guests that stay for a long time, so they can get comfy and make themselves at home.
Plus even more big windows.
More big
natural light.
windows. A friend that we had staying just a couple weeks ago intentionally moved the bed here, so when she lays in bed at night, she could see all the gorgeous stars because you just don't see
I
them
love
in
that.
the city, and they're just huge out here in the country. So,
Yeah, you really do have that country escape.
yes, truly.
Well, let's head on back downstairs. I do want to check out a couple more things before I
Okay.
get out of your hair.
Okay.
A lot of house.
There's a lot of house, yeah. And they've designed it very well. Like they're using, I love the way that they're using all of the space and adding in the thoughtful touches, like the extra beverage bar, upstairs for guests. Going ahead and eliminating the 2-story foyer, making it a little bit more, of a useful space. I like that a lot.
Nice.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good touch.
Just a little 9x11 space for crafting or reading or whatever. Like it's a very, in that particular case, inexpensive way to achieve that without adding no slab, no roof, no nothing. Like the space is already there. So.
Absolutely. And then we've got David has a question. Do all homes come standard with roof gutters? And then he also has a question about interior flooring. Do you want to take gutters and I'll take flooring?
Sure. Yeah. On gutters, David, the answer is there's a few municipalities where we include them that they're required. Otherwise, we don't prefer to include them right off the bat. We can always have them bid and included. The reason being that we don't know how you're going to want to lay your landscaping out. So what we don't want to do is stick a downspout somewhere that's where you had your idea of like this big rock or a sago palm or something like that. So we'd like to leave it up to the customer to determine their final landscaping design, how they're going to want to do that before you decide how the gutter is going to be done. The biggest reason being that if you're going to put gutters, you need to do the downspouts correctly and run the downspouts out 10, 12 feet minimum away from the home. So we're not winding up with wet spots. At least with no gutters, we know that there will be even water distribution all the way around the house when we're done, which is best for the foundation. If you're going to do gutters, don't do the splash blocks that are, at the wet spots because they just create bigger wet spots. If you do the gutters, get someone who will do them all the way out with the black corrugated 4-inch pipe to carry the water away from the home, a minimum of 10 feet, ideally a little further than that. So, but if you want us to bid them, we can absolutely bid them.
Yep. And then on interior flooring, the question is there standard flooring y'all use, or is it an upgrade for LVP or stained concrete? So standard flooring in all of your wet areas. And by that, I mean your foyer, your kitchen, if you have a breakfast area attached to the kitchen, the utility room, all your bathrooms, that standard is going to be your choice of ceramic tile or LVP. We do offer stained concrete, but that would be a little bit of a extra charge there. And then in all of your bedrooms, living room, all the rest of the home, you're going to have the standard flooring is going to be carpet, but that's all up to you. You can change that out however you like. And then we have Will sharing, y'all have a blessed day and week. Congrats again on that beautiful home, and y'all are definitely in good hands with Tilson. Oh,
Thanks,
thank you,
Will.
Will.
Appreciate you, brother. Be safe out there, buddy.
Yeah. And then Lisa is sharing, I'll have to send in photos of my Granbury. It's very different. I'm amazed how really custom all these houses are. Yes.
See?
Our customers have some great ideas. I'm always so excited to see what everybody does. Very, very cool. But let's take a look at the extra areas that are left in this house. You guys keep putting your questions in, but I do want to make sure that we let everybody see the entire home. So I've got actually 2 more videos, but let's go ahead and look at what's left of the inside before we
Let's
look
see them,
at
and
the
then
outside.
keep putting your questions in, guys. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an awesome little area that you added.
Yes, so when the kids are out dirt biking and getting all muddy and stuff like this is a place where they can drop their shoes and their hats and all that and not drag it
Leave
into
the
my
mud
house
over here.
in the drop zone.
Yeah, that's really nice. And then
So there's a half bath there, another, so if the kids need to use the restroom when they're outside getting all gross like kids do sometimes, they can have easy access to a bathroom.
Yeah.
And then easy right outside the door again.
And were these built in something that you knew that you wanted, or was that just recommended by Eric?
That is a great question. Eric came up with a lot of great suggestions for
Yeah.
us, so that might have been an Eric thing. I cannot
He's
say
full
for
of
sure.
good ideas.
He is. He is. We would dream it, and he would be like, "Let me just put that together for
and
you."
I do like the combination of the black with the white, because the white kind of ties in the cabinets from the rest of the house, and the black ties in the cabinets from the kitchen.
Okay.
It's
Never
nice.
thought about that, but
I
thanks.
like it. And then this, I don't even know if you could classify this as a pantry, because this is a food closet. A massive food closet.
Yep, this was another kind of Eric creation. We are hoping to build a greenhouse in the fall, and I said I need lots of storage, and I'm not big on going to the grocery store every day, so he's like, okay, well, let's just make room for that. And then I think we even said, maybe a little bit more, and so he backed the wall up
Make
a little
it bigger.
more. Yep.
No, this is amazing. And then again, after the fact, you kind of wanted to utilize as much space as you could, so I love the built-ins that you added.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, it was really fun to put that together, and we had some good helpers.
Yeah. Well, let's go check out the rest of the outside.
All right, okay, here we go.
That's quite a pantry.
Yeah, no, that's and again, living out in the country, I visited their place. It's very remote. It's the town they're near is off the beaten path, and they're way out of town. So I mean, the idea of having you're going to have, obviously they love to entertain, they love to have kids and grandkids out there. I mean, so that it's being able to store all of that. It really is important. So if you've got the space to devote to that, you should.
Yeah. That's one thing I really love about the way we do when we have a staircase in our homes, we actually do as much as we can to make sure you get to use all of that space underneath instead of just having it as a dead area. So that's a great use of that extra space there. Well, let's go ahead. I know everybody really, really, really wants to see the outside of this house. So while you guys are putting in your questions, let's look at their backyard and outdoor living space.
Okay, I love this look. This is nice. You've got kind of the breezeway that goes to your garage instead of just having it right off the house.
So when I bring my groceries home from the HEB, I don't have to get out in the sun.
The good old HEB.
And I just, so, I mean, like the weather's not a huge factor here, but the sun is, and so it just kind of keeps it a little bit protected when we're moving around.
Yeah, and even when it's raining, I mean, you've got the cover. This is really nice. Was there a reason that you opted for the detached garage with the breezeway?
That was all my husband and Eric.
Yeah.
They decided that was the best option because of the size of the garage and how it would match up with the house and safety. It's safety to have the garage separate from the house. So.
Yeah, I love that. Let's go check out the back patio.
Oh, that's my favorite.
All right, this patio space is amazing.
It's a favorite.
Yeah.
This is where we gather with friends, family, most of the year.
So tell me a little bit about this area. I mean, you've got this ceiling that's got the wood on it. That looks really neat.
Yep.
And this huge fireplace.
Yeah, we knew we wanted a great outdoor space to entertain with and to relax. And so my husband and the land stakeout guy talked about where it would be best to capture the wind and just to make it the most comfortable for the most part of the year. And so this is how they decided to orient the house, so we would catch the perfect wind, and
it blows the bugs through. You don't have to worry about that
heat.
wind slamming into your house either, especially if it gets a little stormy.
Yeah.
And then did you know that you wanted to have this outdoor fireplace?
So the option for the Granbury to have a fireplace added inside just didn't work for us. We would have to give up windows, and I'm not a give up a window kind of girl. And we knew we didn't want it to take up that wall because it's really the only big wall space we have. So Eric's like, well, why not an outside fireplace? And so we're like,
sure. So you still got everything that you wanted for your house. You just rearranged a couple things.
Moved it outside. So,
I love it. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to come and invade your house and just kind
My
of
pleasure.
make myself at home. You've been very welcoming and accommodating. So
Yeah,
thank
we
you
love
for
our
that.
Tilson. We brag about it every chance we get.
Yes. And we do love your Cinderella.
Yes.
Can't forget about that. But thank you again, and thank all of you as well for tuning in to another episode of Tilson Live Home Tours. We hope to someday soon make you part of the Tilson family.
All right.
What a back outdoor living space. That's unbelievable.
Yes, I absolutely have porch envy. Like
I think that's the
that
first
is.
theater seating I've ever seen on a back porch. Like,
Yes.
unbelievable. And I don't know why not. Like, why not? There's plenty of coverage. It's not going to get wet. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, this is kind of showing you the side view and that view with the garage. And then this is the breezeway connecting the garage, which I think the reason for the detached garage on this one, I was kind of poking around. You either have to lose some of the porch, or the garage gets really, really close to the porch. So if you have any newer drivers, it could get a little dicey.
And those windows above, right there, that you're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
those you got to do something else different with. And then the way
Right.
the porch would wrap around, you're going to lose some of that wraparound. So it completely changes the look. You lose the symmetry.
Yeah.
If you attach it. So again, and I know a lot of people are like, how come your plans don't show the garages on them? Because about half our customers either do something detached like the Basins did, or they do a separate metal building. They want that symmetry. They want the space. So we have attached garage options for this plan,
Mm-hmm.
but this worked better for them, and they had the space to do it.
Yes.
And like I said, I mean, one of his reasonings was the safety decision. So obviously I saw some dirt bikes. I'm sure he keeps a lot of fuel in that garage. He don't have to, he sleeps better at night knowing that if something happened, he's got 15 or so feet between him and the garage. It's contained. I can't put a price tag on helping someone sleep at night. So
yeah,
that's what he wants. What he wants. It's like,
yeah. And then this is that beautiful back porch with that outdoor fireplace. So just
unbelievable. Yeah.
Great space. Lots and lots of space. Beautiful, beautiful home.
Yeah, and as usual in Eric fashion, I was way behind the curve here. I went out and saw this home when Justin Ordno and I were making our rounds and get out there. Of course, I'm taking pictures, sending them all to Dawn, and they're like, we got to get this home photographed, got to do a video tour. They're like, yeah, we've been following that for like months.
Yeah.
I got no Instagram. I'm sorry, I didn't know. So anyway, as usual, the team was way ahead of me, thank God. So
we've been watching Cinderella for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. So anyway, so that was a beautiful home. It was Basin. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for taking the time. I know it is a oh, come on. I mean, the house
is beautiful. It doesn't even need the landscaping, but we love to see it when it's done. But just thank you so much for letting Kelsey come out and share.
And Kelsey, thank you for doing that. So going out there and doing that. David Bibiano, massive credit to you, man, for your very hard video work. It's easy when you got, people like Ann and Kelsey. I get it, but sometimes you actually earn your pay when you got to work with B or C grade talent like me. So well done. Gorgeous work as always. Dawn for putting the presentation together. This looks great.
Yep.
I know
Kelsey
we had
did a lot with that
Kelsey,
too. So.
Rachel all behind the scenes watching. So thank y'all so much for doing this. Guys, doesn't end here. We got 12 design centers open 7 days a week. We got a website open 24/7. We got an Instagram page. We got a YouTube channel with all the content that you could watch and then some for your friends. We have all these course blog posted onto the website. Got all of the things to get you all of the answers that you need. We got new home specialists standing by to answer your high-level questions, set up appointments for you. And we're very excited to hear from you. And we genuinely hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, everybody.